seek out learning opportunities. There's absolutely no reason as adults that we can't learn new things. I think that COVID, as I said to you already in our breakout room, was a perfect time for us all to learn new things and to push ourselves beyond our comfort zones and to try different things. So when you're trying something new and learning something new, always remember this acronym SMART. Make sure that you make it specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. And anytime you're endeavoring on something new, use that SMART, each letter, to break it down so that you can reassess what you're doing over time, and you're adding some very specific, like it might be, I want to learn it by this month, or I want to accomplish this within this amount of time, right? And always be real to yourself. I love this other number 5 and 6, because I think we don't often do this. When you're starting something, know what your purpose is, know your why for doing it. And because when you know your why, like I know for many of you already, I understand some of your whys because you shared it with me. And my why for doing real estate and building wealth through real estate is my children and my family. And some of you have your whys already defined. If you don't, you will want to take some time to do that. And because when you know your why, you're going to persevere and you will not give up. You will also make sure that you are surrounding yourself like you've been doing, joining our team, joining our network, making sure that you have the type of people around you that support what it is that you want to do. They're going to push you and tell you that you can do it. The journal is absolutely not the same type of journal that you may be familiar with, like writing in Dear Diary. A journal is just an excellent tool for tracking some of what you may be doing as you're learning a new activity or embarking on a new journey or a new event, right? Such as real estate. We've encouraged you tonight to even have and use the opportunity to write and document what we're sharing with you tonight. And it's an excellent way to build yourself. Last, try new learning strategies. So even after you've tried something new and it didn't work, don't give up. Figure out, look and see what else. Maybe ask a friend, talk to someone else, talk to your mentor, and see what are the things you can do to make that experience better, right? What else can you try? I don't feel that we all know the best way for every experience to work out positively. And then, of course, Kemba's moved there, outside of having the right network and having, a mentor and coach, you could also use books and reading resources to help build your positive mindset and build great experiences. Because I don't know about you, but I learn a lot through books. I learn a lot through hearing other people's stories, or even watching a documentary about someone's experience. And so these are some of the books that we would highly recommend that you read. We're going to end with The Big Leap as one that we've already used within our organization. We also offer to each of you, and I know we owe a couple people, the Think and Grow Rich book. We'll get your addresses so that we can mail that to you. It's a fantastic book if you haven't read it as yet. And I mean, it's old in that this book was written many years ago, but the principles still hold true today. And then we've also got a fantastic resource called the Canadian Real Estate Wealth magazine. And I find, yes, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I agree, Green is like one of my all-time favorites, and we're going to talk a little bit about that shortly. He's definitely a notable author in this field of real estate. So if you want to get Canadian experience and Canadian knowledge, this yellow magazine here, the Canadian Real Estate Wealth, it's all about Canada, and it will share with you experiences of experts within the field here in Canada, and they're sharing with you exactly what they've done to be successful in different aspects of real estate, or even giving you market updates and keeping you up to date with what's going on in the market. And so the last document is one that we have put together, and we will offer it to you. And it's just, we know that some of you want to become owners that rent out. And so we've developed a tool called the Keys to Landlord Success. And I know I need that. I could have used that when I first started, because each and every day there is some challenge that we need to handle. And if we're equipped with tools or documents that we can pull on, we can get through those scenarios readily.
Mhm.
So we have one more exercise, because I think it's really important. Crean threw in the chat box there, just, rich dad, poor dad. And I'm going to ask you to think of who inspires you and why. And if you could share that with us. I know for me, my inspiration, definitely when Kemba asked me the question, was Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Cash Flow Quadrant, and several other books, as well as another author referred to as David Bach. He's written The Automatic Millionaire, which I think are phenomenal books. And I've never met either of those authors, but their books and their stories and how they built wealth and, endeavored into real estate was through their matriarchy. The mothers and the women in their family is who pushed and motivate them. And I love that. And that stuck with me. And I've read any piece of literature that either of those authors have written. So now it's your time to share who inspires you and why.